Good morning. On Sunday, we looked at Romans chapter 12, and part of what Romans 12 tells us is that we are not to think of ourselves more highly than we ought, and we are to hold fast to what is good. This is not something our culture encourages. Our culture encourages us to consider ourselves, the individual, as absolutely most important. Look after number one. Press any advantage you have in order to take care of yourself, and let the other guy worry about himself or herself. But that, of course, is not the way of Jesus, and it's not the way that we are called to live. But if we are to live the way Jesus wants to live, we must hold fast to what is good. Well, this week we are looking at stories about people that were part of the solution, people who were helpers rather than people who contributed to division. And I want you to see now an interesting, wonderful, heartwarming, at least to me, story of a marathon that took place in Spain back about 7 or so years ago.
Kenyan runner Abel Muthai was leading the cross-country race at an event in Burlada, Navarra in December 2012. He was only a few meters from the finish line but got confused with the sign and stopped, thinking he had finished the race. A Spanish runner, Ivan Fernandez, was right behind him, and realizing what was going on, he started shouting to the Kenyan to keep running. Muthai did not know Spanish and did not understand. Realizing what was going on, Fernandez pushed Muthai to the victory. A reporter asked Ivan, "Why did you do this?" Ivan replied, "My dream is that one day we can have some sort of community life where we push ourselves and help each others to win." The reporter insisted and asked again, "But you could have won." Ivan replied, "I didn't deserve to win it. I did what I had to do." He was the rightful winner. He created a gap that I could not have closed if he had not made a mistake. As soon as I saw he was stopping, I knew I was not going to pass him. And what would be the merit of this victory? And what would be the honor of this medal? And what would my mother think of it? Moral: the values are transmitted from generation to generation. What values do we teach our children, and how much do you inspire others to earn it? Most of us take advantage of people's weaknesses instead of helping to strengthen them.
Ivan was one who held fast to what was good. He was completely within the rules. Had he chosen to go right by Abel and win the race, nobody would have taken the race away from him. Nobody would have complained to him that he should have let Abel win the race. That's kind of part of the way it works. If you get confused and you get lost, then too bad for you. But Ivan realized that Abel was the true winner. Abel had built up a lead that Ivan wasn't going to be able to overcome. And I just love when he says, "What could I have told my mother if I went running past him?" Maybe that's a good standard for a lot of us to use in holding fast to what is good. What would my mother think if she knew that I did this or that I didn't do this? Holding fast to what is good, thinking of ourselves not more highly than we ought, is the way of Jesus. It's the way that we are called, so that we can be helpers, so that we can be the people that others will look up to, and maybe even with some mystification, as some people did, I am sure, with Ivan, say, "I can't believe you did that," and yet then recognize how wonderful that is. So let me invite you this day to be a person of integrity, be a person that doesn't think of yourself more highly than you ought, and be a person who is holding fast to and doing that which is good. And we can do that because God is with us. Amen.